His first crop of yearlings were hot property at the recent Magic Millions sale. Gus Rowland visited the magnificent stallion at his home, Widden Stud.
Sebring's story is a racing fairy tale. The cheap colt made meteoric progress as a champion 2-year-old and a good looker. What better home for Sebring now he is retired from the track than Widden Stud, the world's oldest family-owned commercial property? Sebring certainly seems to love his new home.
Yes, you can see he's really furnished. He's a lovely horse. He's not long been out of Tulloch Lodge, really started to put on condition, and he's such a relaxed, just a beautiful temperament for a young stallion, so he's a pleasure to have on the farm.
For his racing debut, Sebring was confronted by a heavy track in January of his 2-year-old year. However, he made light of the conditions and overcame interference in running to score comfortably.
This is coming after Sebring. They've dropped a Lale, and further back was Over the Wicket. So these two are having a tussle up front. Sebring on the inside and Siderius. Sebring's finding plenty. Over the Wicket's getting warmed up again on the outside, but Sebring is in front with about 75 to go, and despite a big betting drift, goes on to win it.
In the wake of such an impressive debut, Sebring was a short price favourite at his next 2 outings. But again, he made it difficult for himself in the Canterbury.
Queue up if you're on this favourite. Away it goes. This has put up a huge performance. It's done a stack of work, but it's dead set 10 lengths in front. And Sebring racing down to the post with 100 metres to go. He goes on to win it, getting a little bit weary late. Wins it by 5 on the line to Minghoy Treasure.
Then he struck interference again in the Breeders' Plate.
The odds-on favourite Sebring is right behind them, travelling okay. Just looking to come out now, Shin, and he eases around their heels, followed by Packing Supreme, and then came Over the Wicket. The leader as they get to the 300 is Bid Spotter. Still a length in front. Dubai to Sydney looms up, and now Sebring's in the clear, and he's starting to put in the big bounds now. Sebring comes after Dubai to Sydney. Dubai to Sydney in front. Sebring gets level, puts his head in front, stretches the neck and races away, and Sebring goes on to win it by 3/4. Dubai to Sydney, and Bid Spotter got third.
Sebring's connections had to endure an anxious 7-week wait before Slipper Day. But when it was time for Sebring's grand final, he emphatically answered the call.
It's Augusta Proud going up on the rail. The challenge, She's Meter and Anatomica. Sebring's about to burst through now. Right down the outside, Von Costa to Hero. Von Costa to Hero has sprinted to the lead now from Sebring. It's Von Costa to Hero and Sebring on the inside. They hit the line locked together. Might be Sebring.
Sebring had stamped his authority over the nation's 2-year-olds and continued the fairy tale for his owners.
Incredible story, and it says a lot for Australian racing. You know, the memories that Sebring's given those owners and the racing public in general. It's a real fairy tale, and it's a great story of the Australian turf.
Sebring then took aim at the 2-year-old Triple Crown and laid claim to being one of the best juveniles in years, with a dominant win in the AJC Sires Produce Stakes.
Sebring comes up to challenge on the outside, about to breed down its neck. Von Costa to Hero's flat, he can't sprint, and Sebring took over, raced away from in second spot Love and Kisses, and then Samantha Miss getting up on the inside, but Sebring looked set for victory. Sebring punched out to the line. Blake Shin gets his Group 1, and Sebring wins it from Samantha Miss and Love and Kisses.
An unbelievable 2-year-old, you know, to win the Breeders' Plate, and I think the first horse since Luskin started to win the Breeders' Plate and Golden Slipper. His win in the Canterbury was devastating. Obviously, to go 7 weeks between runs going into the Slipper had never been done before, nothing close to it. You know, he did have a virus and a well-documented setback there. At some stage, you know, there was a risk he may not even get to the Slipper. Gay produced him, and you know, to win the way he did and improve on that run into the sires and beat Samantha Miss there was a great run again, and 3 weeks on the trot, and a bit of bad luck in running really just brought him unstuck in the Champagne, and to be beaten nose by Samantha Miss, who you know, was a champion 3-year-old filly as it turns out, and she was on the way up, and the fresh horse on the scene, is certainly no disgrace. So he, no doubt about it, he's a top line 2-year-old, one of the best we've seen in a very long time.
Now happily ensconced at Widden, Sebring has generated considerable attention on the farm.
Enormous hype around him, and a great sense of satisfaction for myself and the team at Widden to have secured our 5th slipper winner. Of course, we say we are the home of Golden Slipper winners, and a horse like Sebring is one that a lot of the farms, or I think every farm in Australia, was keen to get their hands on, and to have Widden chosen by the original 10 shareholders of Sebring as to be his home is a huge honour.
Of the 3 former Widden sires to have won the Golden Slipper and produced runners, all 3 have also provided winners of the Golden Slipper. Sebring is in truly rarefied company.
We've had a great success. Obviously Todman was the first slipper winner at Widden, and an incredible racehorse and sire and influence on the breed. Of course Vane, and what a great stallion he was, and charismatic horse, and a great sire and broodmare sire in his own right. And of course side 2 slipper winners. Masque, a horse that I certainly work closely with, and he's a great sire, and again a great broodmare sire, champion broodmare sire, and a real influence to this day through his daughters. And Stratum's been incredibly popular. His yearlings have sold incredibly well. It looks a huge hope for us, and now to have Sebring, as I said, it's an honour and a real credit to everyone here.
The stunning chestnut is one of the leading Australian representatives of More Than Ready, one of the most dynamic juvenile sire lines in Australia. His female family also is excellent. On pedigree and type, Sebring is destined for a long and successful career at stud. With the backing of the Widden brand and an enthusiastic group of owners, he'll certainly never be short of human company at the farm.
Yes, he's been a real draw card, and since he's been at the farm we've had a lot of visitors, and obviously building into the spring that's only going to grow, but a great group of enthusiastic owners and shareholders involved in him, so we've got lots of support on that front.
The hype around the arrival of Sebring at stud was matched more recently by the arrival of his first crop yearlings at the Magic Millions yearling sales on the Gold Coast. Buyers from everywhere, including Australia, Singapore and Hong Kong, rallied for the first of the Sebrings. He had 26 yearlings sell at an average of just over $154,000 to some of the best judges in the business. The best result for Sebring was lot 399 from Valdemaseda, that made $450,000 for Morella stud to the bid of Ronstal Thoroughbreds. The colt represented the single best result for any first season sire at this sale. He will race for an all-female syndicate and put them instead to win a $500,000 bonus if they win the Magic Millions 2-year-old classic with him. Gay Waterhouse, who trained Sebring, was also keen to secure her fair share of his progeny, paying $360,000 for lot 200, a colt from Pineaway.
Finished. Done. 360.
A great result. As I said, pre-sale, obviously Gay Waterhouse, the connection with Sebring, and great supporters of ours. I've had so much luck with so many of our horses. I just thrilled to go back to Gay, back to those connections. The whole Sebring story lives on. Obviously the purple white stars, hopefully we'll see him like his sire there in the slipper. A great advertisement for the sire, and a great result for us.
Peter Moody, trainer of the world's best race mare Black Caviar, also added a few Sebrings to his arsenal. The most expensive of his purchases by the hot new stallion was lot 462. He paid $310,000 for the colt out of Assertive Sound. Now that Sebring's first lot of sons and daughters have landed in some of the best stables around the world, his future at stud looks assured.
And that's all we've got time for on this edition of Australian Thoroughbreds. Look forward to your company next time when we bring you all the latest from the Australian yearling sales circuit, which is now in full swing. Until next time, take care and may you have many winners. Bye for now.